for your first.
Right. So in my room, I would be talking about two basic processes, which are distribution of power and the amendment process, and how they can apply in a team to lead to better performance, and also ideation without compromising on the existing processes, experimentation without compromising on the existing stability.
Okay, interesting. The fact that you brought constitution and experimentation into one sentence is getting me curious to check out what your topic is about. Thank you, Paridhi. And interestingly, India is the longest surviving constitution in the world. Do you guys know that no constitution other than Indian constitution has survived more than 35 years? And it is the amendments, I think, which helped the Indian constitution in surviving that long. People scold the constitution, but I think we have one of the best constitutions in the world, right? It has survived that long with more than 110 amendments, right? So that's an interesting topic, Paridhi. Over to you, Darshana.
In my room, I'm gonna talk about federal structure. How, like in Constitution, tells us there is a power balance of power between the state government and the central government. How the state government also make decision locally, without affecting the main goals of the central government. Similarly, we can put this structure in our business organization where the teams and the team leaders can like make decision. With the by aligning with the main goal of the organization. Yeah, this is my pitch.
Awesome, awesome. That's a beautiful connection you've made, Darshana. I think decentralization is what everybody is talking about in the 21st century, and you've brought in decentralization there through this federal structure. Really nice, Darshana. Over to you, Puneet.
Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about decentralization, how it helped decentralization of power and resource. Everyone have some power and resource, but no one having all power and resource. And how this is keeping India as unite, because India is, so vast and diverse country. I guess we are the most diverse country in the world. And in most of the other countries, within a small diversity, there are civil wars and the people fall apart, but we are united. Then how it is keeping us one as united? So I'm going to talk about it.
Absolutely. As we are going to have a Republic Day this Sunday, right? I think as Indians, one thing we can be proud of is how our constitution kept us together as one country. There were so many problems, right? Khalistan movement, Dravidian movement in Tamil Nadu for separate country. There were so many separatist movements, but we are one country after 70 plus years. So that's the success of the constitution, right? That we all are together as one family. Beautiful pitch, Puneet. I think the success of the constitution is in holding us together despite such diversity, right? As one country. Yeah. What do you, Nikhil?
So my pitch is that in my room, we are going to be discussing about how basically a country is a big organization. So India is one of the biggest organizations in those terms. So how and the constitution we can derive inferences from it to manage our organization in a superior way.
Okay. So Nikhil wants to compare India to an organization and get some learnings for all of us. Thank you for that, Nikhil. Over to you, Sagnik.
So basically, I will be talking about a recently, implemented system in India, at least in the electorate system of India, called One Nation, One Election. Basically, all kinds of elections will happen at the same time. So it's a system that India, adopted in the 1960s, but India left it for many reasons. Now they've recently brought it back. So what we can learn from it, how we can understand that, making a system streamlined by understanding similarities between two particular systems and creating a process that can be beneficial for both of those systems instead of making individualized systems. Individualized processes can make the entire system much more streamlined and easy to understand and implement for anybody, not only for me but for somebody else who is coming in future.
Okay.
We're talking about
In
that.
case you didn't understand what Sagnik just said, don't worry. What he said was one organization, one system. I mean, once coordinated system. Bring all the systems together, right? By connecting them. That's, I think, a beautiful thought. I mean, It's really nice how we're connecting the constitution to our work. So if any kid says civics is not useful to me in my life, I think we'll give them a copy of this recording of this LDI, right? How civics is useful in our life. Beautiful, guys. I think we're really killing it. Over to you, Satvik.
Yeah, so in my breakout room, we'll mainly discuss that why children are finding civics as a boring subject. Because at the end, it is an interesting topic and which is bridges the gap between all the communities in the nation, like their civic responsibilities, whatever their rights they have. It's important for them to know, the children's, and so
But Satvik,
we
the
will.
topic is how are you going to connect constitution to work, right? The SDPs you're getting from
Yeah, but that only I'm saying that once they derive the learnings means, from the constitution, they know their civic responsibilities and which they can add up in their work also, critical thinking and all that.
Okay, so how you will, get civic responsibilities or responsibilities, right? Sense of
Yeah.
responsibilities, what you'll take from the Constitution. Thank you, Satvik. Over to you, Vishwambara.
In my breakout room, I'll be speaking about how can we implement creative freedom in our workspace to bring up better ideas, which helps in growing of a country.
How is this connected to the Constitution?
The Constitution majorly focuses on our right, basically, our right, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Similarly, I consider, creative freedom as a part of it, so that we can bring in new ideas.
Absolutely. Liberty is that one word that connects artists and Constitution, right?
Right.
Artists always talk of creative liberty. And
Correct.
Constitution also talks of, especially Indian Constitution, where liberty is a very big word, right? So how to bring that liberty into the workplace? I think that's fantastic, right? Especially in India, where people tend to follow rather than, wow, really nice. I think that's a beautiful SDP taken out of the Constitution, Vishwambara, liberty. It's a very big word for me. Liberty is a very powerful word.
Yeah.
Liberty, agency, these are two very powerful words, right? Thanks, Vishwambara. Over to you, Farisa.
Yeah, I would like to talk about freedom of decision making, and not as a freedom, but inculcating decision making as an accountability that you have. Means, we have the freedom of voting, we have the freedom of making decisions for our own country, that who we want our leaders to be, who we want our political parties to be. So these are inculcated in a very, when one becomes at 18 or at some young older age. So that should be inculcated at an early phase. So even if you are in an organization, that should be inculcated as a freedom of decision making. So everyone has that ideations, they can lead to something. That accountability is very necessary. Yeah.
Parisa, I didn't understand. Like, what are you talking of in the organization context? What is it that you want? You want people to be able to take decisions and be accountable for those decisions.
Yeah.
And you want this to happen at a younger age.
Yeah.
And how are you connecting it to the Constitution?
We have the freedom of decision making in our Constitution, right? We have freedom of everything, freedom of speech, we have freedom to vote, we have freedom to decide who our leaders can be. Yeah.
Okay, so like how the Constitution gives you so many rights and so many powers, you want to try and inculcate those powers in organization also. Give some powers to people so people start taking decisions. Okay.
That freedom, and that you are accountable, that what the result is. You are accountable.
So empowerment and accountability is what you're taking as a process from Constitution to workplace.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's saying Constitution is empowering us, right? Democracy as a process is empowering us, but democracy is just a concept. Constitution is the framework through which democracy is empowering us and also holding us accountable. So even in an organization, what would be that structure or code of conduct or whatever you bring in so that it empowers and also holds you accountable? Fantastic. I think empowerment and accountability, liberty, empowerment, accountability, distribution of power. I think we've got this is by far, I think, one of the best LDAs we've had, right? In terms of the density of ideas. Fantastic, guys. Now over to you, Shashwat.
Tarun, in today's world, we are taking constitution as a political stuff, but actually it's not. What Constitution of India is and what Baba Sahib want to teach us is he treat everyone equally, use your rights wisely, and always includes other in everything you do. So let's discuss in this thing, madam.
How are you connecting this to the workplace?
Means Constitution wants to teach us to always include others in your work.
So, okay, the SDP you're taking is inclusion. Constitution, at least Dr. Baba Sahib's inspiration was all inclusion, right? Everybody is a part of it, right? In a
Yeah,
country like India where caste system is practiced even today, even in cities, right? In the name of reservation, people make fun of people. So
yeah,
caste system is there even today. So in that sort of an India, to bring inclusion was a great achievement, right? By people in 1940s. So you're saying that inclusion as a concept, how do you bring it into the workplace also, so that people are not discriminated, everybody feels equal in the workplace, irrespective of which region, which language, what you do, right? Great. Great. Because there are a lot of workplaces where people complain of not having inclusion, right? They say recently there was an article that only South Indians get promoted in some company or something like that, right? There's
Tarun, they are not South Indian, they are Indians from South.
no. What I'm trying to say is
Yeah.
there was one article where somebody said that in a certain company, people from certain regions of India are always getting promoted. There was a complaint saying that this organization is not inclusive. There's discrimination, right? So I think if inclusion as an idea can be spread to organizations, that's a fantastic idea. That's again a very good process you've picked up. Now over to you, Vinay.
Yeah. So mine is similar to Farisa, but okay. So I want to introduce democratic decision making while leaders are making decisions. So individual members can also share their opinions and vote for the best decision. So yeah, this is what I want to bring constitution from the constitution to the workplace.
Awesome. Thank you, Vinay. Democratic culture. I'm guessing it's about debating it and then, all of them together, having a consensus together, coming to a conclusion of what is right, right? Rather than just a leader unilaterally deciding.
Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's a new concept Vinay has brought in again. Now, what do you, Mehak?
So I will be discussing about how the Constitution is not just a historical document, but it's a framework that addresses the needs and challenges of modern society.
But how are you connecting this to modern organizations? Like, what is that idea from Constitution and what are you connecting with modern organizations?
So, there is a framework in every task we do, and according to that, we can amend things like how the Constitution allows the amendments. We can do the same thing in our work life.
Okay, so you are seeing that Constitution has put frameworks for everything. So you
Yes.
like to have frameworks for things at work, and also why in Constitution, although there are frameworks, there's flexibility through amendments. Here also you want to change with time through amendments. Okay, that's a very interesting connection you made, Mahak. Over to you, Aditya.
Yeah, Tarun. So as we move through time, our societal values keep changing. So the constitution has to be amended to reflect those societal values. Similarly, the market is always evolving and the technology is also always evolving. And you also need to amend your workforce needs, right? So companies also need flexible policies. So in order to discuss how organization uh, use this method to be relevant and competitive and how they use it to improve themselves, you can join my room.
Okay, so you're saying how to adapt, you're taking inspiration from the
Yeah.
constitutional amendments.
Yeah, I'll talk about the dynamic nature of the constitution and the company.
Awesome, awesome. Dynamic nature is the thing that you're extrapolating
Yeah,
from there.
dynamic nature in respect to time.
Awesome. Thank you, Aditya. Over to you, Gayatri.
Hello, in my room, I would like to discuss how you can involve justice into your workplace, where you can actually, just a minute.
Yes, Gayatri, that's a great connection you made. Justice, go ahead. Yeah.
I just went blank. I just need 1 minute.
No worries, we'll come back to you. Over to you, Shvetashri.
Hi, Tarun. As the Constitution gave very big rights to us, which is right to information and right to education, as the organization must to inform the candidates who work for the organization about the ideas and about the biggest steps they are going to take, which increases the transparency, inclusivity, and growth of the company. As the working people have right to inform what is being done for the organization and what can be done, is right to be educated them. It's their right to educate.
Yeah, that's a beautiful connection because these two rights are they were brought in very recently. I think you're aware of that, right?
Yeah,
Right to
2005 and
information.
2009.
Exactly. Aruna Rai had to protest to get that right to information and right to education. I think Kapil Sibal or one of them under Pallam Raju, I think it was introduced right to education. So yeah, you're trying to bring that into the workplace. Fantastic connections. Yeah. Over to you now, Gayatri, in case you're ready, or otherwise we can go to the next person. You're ready? Okay, awesome, Gayatri.
So just like how Constitution tries to take care of every community, everyone in the society, we can try to create win-win situations in workplace, and how and why we can try to create those win-win situations for all the stakeholders involved in it. It can be discussed, and also voting as a part, being aware of why some decisions are taken in organization and being able to vote for them can be one thing.
Awesome. So through voting, you want to bring the idea of buy-in in organizations. You get stakeholder buy-in, and yeah, okay. Over to you, Lana, for your pitch.
Hi, Tarun. Yeah. So, since we're talking about constitution, a bit of law related, I thought I would like add something that could help the workplace in deep thought. My concept would be of the term civic awareness. So basically, a person who has a civic mindset, they help students understand social system, policies, governance, and they affect like the real world issues, which enables them to like design innovations. And now, how the civic awareness or a civic mindset drives innovation in a place like deep thought is one, when you understand the system and policies, when you understand how these things work, how the governance work, it helps learners identify gaps and create like very impactful solutions. Okay, and next would be like bridging or building ethical solutions. So like we know, innovation isn't just about new ideas, it's about making them fair, inclusive, and mainly socially responsible. Then from that, we become problem solvers. Yeah.
LDI pitches are 30 seconds long. More.
Oh,
This
I'm
is
sorry.
this is a teaser. The ones who liked your pitch will come to your breakout room and they can have a detailed discussion with you in your breakout room. That's
Oh,
how the
okay.
format works. Yeah. Over to you.
Okay, so
Yeah, they'll come to
okay.
your breakout room in a while. We'll just open. Yeah. Over to you, Surya, for the last pitch of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be talking about how Constitution, gives every individual a dignity and respect. I think in an organization that it's important to, to feel people that respect and dignity and that freedom to create and freedom to talk, basically freedom of speech. Yeah, I would be talking about that.
Awesome, Surya. Dignity and respect. So we heard 16 pitches and there were almost 20 principles from the Constitution that we could bring into our workplace. Who said civics is not useful in our daily life, right? Who said our textbooks are no way connected to what you do in your work? It's just about knowing how to take the SDPs from the textbook and implement those philosophical ideas and work, right? Fantastic. So we're opening the breakout rooms and hope you guys enjoy the conversations in the breakout room. So whosoever pitch you liked, you can visit their room and have a chat with them.